Today I'm going to show you how to spin using a drop spindle and wool. The first thing you want to do is take a piece of wool, piece of roving, and sort of break it apart so that it's about not super long. And I like to break it in half and in half again, and maybe even in half yet again. Now you have a little strip of roving. Next, take your drop spindle. There is a hook at the end and a dowel glued with a wheel, a wooden wheel on it. It's a train wheel. And I have some just acrylic yarn on it. It's a starter yarn. What you're going to do is take your starter yarn and your wool. Place your wool. Make sure that it sort of is fuzzy at the end. Place your wool on your starter wool like this. Pinch right where the wool starts and sort of move out a little. Wrap your starter yarn around a few times, and then you're going to have your spindle just hanging there, and then you're pinching. Then you're going to spin to the left. It's spinning, and then this yarn has a lot of tension in it. I'm going to keep spinning. You can either spin like this, or you can spin like this. Then I'm going to pinch and then let the tension work out of it and into the yarn. So we're going to pull on it a little. Now, it's okay to have a lot of tension on your starter yarn because you don't want your wool to fall off. So I'm going to unwind it and then wind it on. I'm still pinching where I stopped. Wind it, wind it, wind it, and then I'm going to leave about a little bit and then wrap again. Then I'm going to spin, spin and spin and spin and spin. Work up a little, spin and spin and spin. I don't want to keep going, keep going, and keep going because it gets thicker and thicker. Whenever I spin, I sort of thin it out a little, like this. So it gets thinner. Spin, spin, and spin, and spin, and spin, and keep going and going until, do you see that? Sort of knotting up, that's too much tension. The wool feels scratchy and not very nice. Sort of draping the extra wool around my yarn, or my arm. And then, so now I'm going to get a little more. I'm going to pinch right here and sort of let the tension work out. And let's see. Still knotting up, so then I'm going to make a little, pinch a little further. And it's spiraling, but not very tightly. It's very loose. And I can sort of like, it just stops after a little bit. So I think that's okay for my tightness. You don't want to have it too tight, because then it feels bad, but you don't want it too loose, because then it will break. Then I'm just going to roll, and then unroll a tiny bit just because I don't have enough room. Wrap, pull a little bit. Well, now I guess it would be string. Spin, pull, and spin. What I'm doing is I'm pinching and then pulling a little bit, and then pinching again, and letting it work. Now, I could have a little looser. Gonna, little bit. You don't want your spindle to unwind on you, so there we go. It's easier when you're sitting down. And then you're going to unwind it. And then wind and wind and wind. I'm keeping my fingers pinched like that. And then you keep going. Wrap, spin a while, and then wrap it on and keep going and going and going. When you get to the end, pretend that, oh, I'm at the end of my roving, what do I do? I grab another bit of roving, and I'm just going to place the roving on top of the roving and sort of pinch it so it looks connected. Then I'm going to make sure it's the right length, and then sort of, so if I let go of my drop spindle, it'll sort of rip the yarn, so I'm just going to hold on to it and spin it, and so the yarn gets a little tight. So right where I'm pinching is where the roving connects. So spinning and spinning and spinning, spinning until it's really tight. Then, just like normal yarn, going to pull a little bit and let the roving work out. Right there, right here is where I connected it, but you can't really tell. I'm yanking on it very hard and it's not breaking. You want to build up a lot of tension on your drop spindle when you are spinning. So then, when that tension works out, it can work out a lot. But it makes sure and gets this part where we connected two rovings together. Make sure it stays nice and firm. So I'm going to hold. The more you hold, the farther away you hold, the more it's likely to break. But I'm pulling pretty hard and it's not breaking. So that is how to spin on a drop spindle. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video.